Hey guys, I hope everyone has had a great week. Okay. Since yesterday, a great day. I was going to do my hair during the PLE, but it's hard to try to tweet and do your hair at the same time because I live tweet. So if you don't know, all my Twitter information is at the bottom of my video. I honestly need to take off my Instagram information because that's not even tied to wrestling. That's just me, and I don't really be on there like that for real. Bash at Berlin. Oh, I'm gonna attach a link to here. I was on the Ringside Society podcast about the predictions of each match. Shout out to Kathy and shout out to Remy. I will post a link below if you want to see that. And they're good people. I've been on there more than once, so they're good people. I've been on there more than once. And it's a fun podcast. Like, you get to be yourself. You can agree to disagree. There's no wrestling bashing, whatever. I feel like people get too involved with certain stuff. Like I seen on X or Twitter or whatever you call it. I call it Twitter. My brain now says X now because that's what shows up on the app. But people were getting upset of like the salary of like how much Swerve makes, and I was like, why is that y'all business and why y'all mad? Like, talking about it's gonna make the company like bankrupt or something like that. First of all, what's the name is a billionaire, okay? He owns a football team. Second of all, one of the things Cody said when he was there was he tried to make it so that everyone there had made a decent enough living. So it wasn't like, so it's a direct minimum. So if he gets paid more than that, then that's between him and the company. And my thing is, why are y'all giving away information like that? Like, that's crazy. As a person in HR, you're not supposed to do that at all. Someone who has a field in HR, you're not supposed to do that. Now, in HR, if a man and a woman does the same job and has the same qualifications, the same amount of years, and had the same opportunities, like say, for example, The Miz and Natalya came in the same year. They both had the same number of title reigns. You know what I'm saying? They're both vets. You know, they're both been the same tours, all of that. Then they deserve the same salary. You know, that's an HR thing. If they don't, then one or the other can sue or report to the EEOC. Okay? And then that's why they have this thing called pay secrecy in companies, because they don't want you to divulge what you're making because they know that they can get in trouble for that. But if you're a new wrestler and come in and have this massive electrifying explosion of a run, have titles and stuff like that versus someone else that's new, that's just still getting their feet wet, then you deserve a different type of pay too. But if you're like the same, coming at the same time, have the same type of situation, and one's get paid more than the other, then that's not legal. But like, as far as how much he gets paid, and he's had a great year, a great 6 months, like, I don't understand what the problem is. Anyway, just had to throw that out there. Bash at Berlin was better than what I expected. Honestly, I was only looking forward to 1.5 of the matches. If I'm gonna be real with you, I was looking forward to the mixed tag match, and I was halfway looking forward to the strap match. And that was only because I watched Raw when he came out with that belt, and I was like, oh my god, like, we're not about to. I never knew the rules of a strap match. Or I don't remember. I can't remember the last time I saw a strap match. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But it was good. So the first match was Cody versus KO. My prediction was that Cody was gonna retain the title. And I only thought that not only because people was like, well, it's because, you know what I'm saying, he just got the title back after Roman having it that long. They're not going to let him lose that title that quickly. But I'm like, at the same time, Damien won the title through Money in the Bank cash in and lost the title quickly. But also, I don't think he's losing the title because it's going to continue his story with the bloodline. Like Solo said, they got whoever wins next. But low key, KO's been fighting the bloodline, I think, longer. So it could have went either way for that part. But the other aspect was the Monday after WrestleMania, when The Rock was like, "I'm coming back and I'm coming for that title." That's what my mind had went. And then the whole situation with Randy and Cody in the future, and him talking about that was one of the people that he wanted to face. He wanted to face LA Knight. He wanted to face KO, and he wanted to face Randy. So I think he did 2 out of the 3. Yeah, he did 2 out of the 3, if I remember correctly. So him, Randy will be next eventually. Not now though. I don't think it won't. It probably won't be for some like months or something like that. But yeah. So the match was really going really well. First of all, it was a stare down, like who was going to hit who. Then they like, gave each other the handshake or whatever, and then it started for a while. It was going, and because KO and Cody are such good friends, he didn't even want to go at him like he did. So I watched the interview on Raw with Corey. On YouTube with Corey prior to, and he was like, he welcomed me in. He was like, whether you know it or not, I liked him based off of the fact that I loved his father. Cody was talking about picture that KO was in because he said something about that the statue of the dad got unveiled, and it was the whole family was in the picture. And he said, and KO. You know what I'm saying? So like KO has always been part of the family. He didn't want to, and then KO went on to say, he said sorry to Hunter, but he was like, he doesn't want to have a title where people just give him a title. It taints the legacy of the title, if that makes sense. Like, he was like, sorry, Hunter, and everybody started laughing. But he was like, that time Triple H just got handed the title, and he was like, I didn't think he deserved it, and a lot of the fans were like, boo, and he was like, I don't want that to be my situation. So he was like, I want to fight him if I feel like I deserve it, and if KO is 100%, which KO's talking about, he is 100%. Everybody know that man wasn't 100%. I didn't even know his ribs was still messed up until the match. I think, yeah, until the match. So they went on and had their fight or whatever. He hit Cody hit KO with two crossroads, and then he kicked out. And I was like, first of all, if y'all family or real close friends, you should know that KO is one of the most resilient people in wrestling, period. Okay? Especially in WWE. I always say that him, Seth, Drew, and Sheamus, and Finn, for some reason, no. Did I put Drew in that category? No, I don't think I put Drew in that category. I said Seth, KO, Finn, Sheamus, and AJ Styles. For some reason, you could beat them till they black and blue, and they'll still pop up. Like, they got to be literally exhausted, or the timekeeper probably got to be like, all right, time's up, for them to be like, all right, okay, you gonna win this, because there's no way in hell you gonna be KO that quickly, okay? And then on top of that, they were like, he hit him with like a swanton or a power bomb in the ring. It looked like both of their backs was hurting. Okay, I think Cody did a cutter on him. Then he was going to attack the knee. He looked a little hesitant, so then he got off the ring. He's like, what are you doing? Wade's like, what are you doing? You supposed to do this. KO told him to shut up. And he was like, basically like, it was the internal conflict. And that's what people were like, it was great storytelling. As far as that part goes, it's the internal conflict, because he wanted to, but he didn't want to. He said he wasn't going to, so he wanted to keep his word when it came to that, which was cool, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the storytelling, I think, won over the match, because I think he was going to do what was it? An apron, a power bomb on the apron, and then he decided to do against that, and he was going to attack his knee. But when Cody was like, I'm fine," that's when he hit his knee. And I said, you should never told him he was fine now, because now he gonna hit it. He was hit. Then I think he did. I said he did something else, and Cole was like, his ribs are still. Cody got bruised ribs, and I was like, still. I said, I know Jacob had bruised his ribs, and I think he said he cracked a couple, and I was like, how long do that take to recover? Because that was a good month and a half ago, wasn't it? Month and a half, almost 2 months ago. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, and you got a messed up knee now and messed up ribs. So KO went in for a swanton, of course, and then Cody had his knees up, and then Cody ended up doing a crossroads on him, and he ended up retaining. But so KO was up against the ropes and stuff like that. After that, it was like he was internally like upset, like this is the way he wanted to win, but at the same time he hit himself for losing that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, part of him was like, okay, if I get this thing, it won't be tainted. Because either way, whether he won or lost, he can get made fun of. If someone does a promo against him, they'll be like, well, you were scared to fight a champion, you could have been champion. Then on the other side, some people would have been like, if you won champion, like, the only reason why you won is because you attacked Cody, and Cody got a messed up knee and ribs. So you can't win for losing. He can't win for losing. So Cody, he lifted Cody's arms up. Cody lifted his arms up. They hugged each other. He pushed the camera away. And then they showed on, I think Cody put on his Twitter how like friends and stuff like that. And I said, KO's face looks like he is upset and defeated still. Like I see him like trying to avoid Cody for like a couple weeks just based off of that. Cause I'm like, he really looks upset. Like, he really looked upset. And that was great storytelling. But I'm like, if we gonna keep it real, because Cody's one of my favorites in WWE right now. We gonna keep it real. I'm like, Cody could have easily, not Cody, KO. KO could have easily won that championship. And I say that because KO knows every move in the history of WWE. And he's done every move in the history of WWE. Okay? He could have hit him with, outside of the power bomb and the swanton, he could have hit him with, he ain't hit him with his cannonball. He ain't super kick him. He ain't do a moonsault. He ain't do none of the moves. He did the stunner. And speaking of that, Cody sold the hell out of them stunners, okay? Like, he stunned him, and I said, now that's a good sell. Okay? Because I was like, I thought, like, dang. So then after that, so my idea was, if you was going to start with Cody and KO, it was going to be them two. Then it was going to be like the Terra Twins and them. Then it would have been the girls' tag matches. It was going to go championship, no championship, championship, no championship for like the Straps match, and then end with Gunther them. But that wasn't the case. They ended up putting the women next. They showed Jade and Bianca, which looked phenomenal. They had green and gold, which to me I thought was telling, because I thought honestly that Belair was going to come out and disrupt this match. And then Naomi was going to come out and disrupt this match. And the only reason why I said that, I thought it was telling, is because I know that lime green or neon green or whatever you want to call it, outside of it, my favorite color is Jade's favorite color as well as Naomi's favorite color. So I was like, okay, so they're all matching something that's going to match what she has on. Like, that's what I thought. But that match, honestly, was one of, and Jade and Bianca looked phenomenal. They had on WrestleMania colors. And then Alba and Isla came out. They looked phenomenal. I love Alba's outfit because it was cute and comfortable, and that's my motto. Like, be cute. I could be cute and comfortable. I'm all here for the outfit, okay? If I think I'm cute in it and I'm comfortable wearing it, I'm here for the outfit, okay? Alla's was cute too. It was the same colors, but her one piece, like the opening of it was real cute. So everybody's gear was on point, hair was on point, makeup was on point, okay? That match was so good. It started because it looked like Alba or Isla didn't know who was going to be in the ring first, okay, against Bianca and them, Bianca and Jade. And then they both of them ended up hitting the girls together. And then for a while, it's like Jade wanted to get tagged. They didn't want her to get tagged in. Jade comes out and gets both of them. So then Bianca ends up, I think, getting tagged again or end up back in the ring again and getting beat. I think was getting beat up by, I think it was her and I want to say Alba was in the ring. And then Alba came down and did, I think, a suplex or something like that. And did a suplex or something like that. And like Jade had moved Bianca's braid. I moved her out the way by pulling on her braid, and Alba had hit Isla, and then at one point Bianca had picked up Alba to like give her my brain just went blank. My brain just went blank. Sorry, y'all. Picked her up to do her move on her. God dang it. And somehow Alba had kicked Jade and then reversed it into a DDT. First of all, that kick was slick, okay? Second of all, that reversal was a good reversal, okay? I'm trying to figure out, y'all, and the KOD, that's what it is. My brain is like, what? And Bianca's my girl. That's sad. Sometimes you have like, I don't know. I'm over here trying to concentrate and then remember what happened at the same time. So sometimes my brain is like, oh, we got this. And then sometimes my brain is like, girl, you're doing too much. And that's exactly what it was just now. Oh, my girls. But like, yeah, so she ended up hitting her, and then that's, I think, a little later, Jade had threw her into a barricade. Jade had pinned her, but she didn't do her jaded. And you know what I commend Jade on? Is the way she comes in the ring. When she comes in like that on fire, everybody knows she's in trouble. She's in trouble. And Cole has said, basically, he liked that Bianca is paired up with Jade, because he said it helped build Jade's confidence. And I said, I agree with that. I agree with that, especially when you're being new. When you're new, because it's different when you're a fun company versus the other. I feel like because all of her matches in the past company were less than 5 minutes, and she only wrestled outside of practicing once a week, it doesn't help build your craft as fast as you doing as many shows as they do in WWE. And I feel like her being in this company and doing way more shows than she's used to, and traveling across the country, and then having someone that's phenomenal. To me, she's the best in the business that's currently on TV. Because I'm about to say Natalia, but she's not on TV right now. It's currently on TV as someone that you're partnering with. It's like, it's no, like I said, it's no way for you not to step your game up. You see what I'm saying? So like for and then Like, for her to jump them over them ropes being as tall as she is, like, that is amazing to me every time. Anybody jump over them ropes like that is amazing. Like, there's no way I could do it, because I know for a fact I'm tripping over one of them ropes with my feet every time. And it wouldn't be no one-time incident, okay, like some of these superstars have had. It'd have been a multiple-time incident. And then they'll probably even put it part of my gimmick if it was me, because I'm clumsy like that. So I can be. Luckily, as I gotten older, my clumsiness hasn't been as bad, but it used to be bad. Okay. So they ended up getting the championships back as soon as Sam announced them. Okay, Sam looked great, and I love that pink dress on her. And I'm not a pink girly, okay? If I do pink, it's a hot pink. It's not that type of blush type pink. Well, that's not even really blush pink. That's a regular pink. But for me, it was the sparkles and glitter that did it. But Sam looked great in the pink, okay? So when she announced it, them winning, I got chills. Not only because this win to me seemed better than the first one, but also it's more believable, and all that. But also I was like, look, Mark Angels, it's all three of them in the ring, or all three of them are in the same space. One's announcing that the other two are once again tag team champions. Black Girl Magic. Like I said, it was one of the best matches of the night, even though it was only 5 matches, because the girls be doing their thing. Okay, I'm here for the girls. I know that I am team female all day. Like, I love the men's matches. I grew up loving the men's matches, but it was certain women in the women's division that I absolutely love, and it might have been all of them for real. But I remember at one point in time, I was a huge Save One China fan only. Then I seen Jacqueline for the first time. I was like, oh wait, okay, Jacqueline and Ivory for a while, and then after a while it was Jazz. China was always in the mix though. Like, whoever it was, China was always in there. So it was Save On China, then it was China and Jackie, then it was Ivory, Jacqueline, and China. For me, favorite women when I was growing up. Then it was Jazz, Jacqueline, and China. And then it was Lita in China. And then after that, like, Lita had just taken over, because I think after that time, China wasn't on TV as much. Or wasn't on TV at all. Like, she wasn't with the company anymore, I think. But like, it was strong, beautiful women that were on the roster doing their thing. Like, I liked the Trish and some of the other girls, but like the women that I named stood out the most to me. And then when I came back, Karma, or what they call her in TNA, Awesome Kong, was like a force to be reckoned with, even though she wasn't there that long. So it was like, it was a whole thing for me. Like, but I've always been here for the girls. Okay. Then the next match was the Terra Twins. The Terra Twins. So the next match, it was Dom and Liv, the women's champion, and the former NXT, former. Was he like 5 formers back? They done switched that title that many times. NXT North American champion, then the former women's champion, and the former world champion against the former world champion. Okay, my prediction was for that one. Oh, my prediction for the tag matches was Alba was going to keep it. They was going to retain it. And I only said that, I thought like a twist would have been that Belair comes out and help them. But I only said that because last year they were drafted to SmackDown. And we only saw them twice on TV last year. We saw them at like the Christmas thing when they popped out to the thing and they had like one match on TV. Them going to Raw was the best thing that happened. Okay. And then on top of that, them winning the tag championships was the best thing that's happened, because now we see them on TV way more than we've seen them in the past year and a half. Okay, so like for me, that was everything, because it's still people that's on the roster that we haven't seen on TV. Like they might be in dark matches if you go to a live event. They might be on a European show like Kiana James or like Tegan Knox or something like that. We just now seeing Odyssey Jones. But it's like, I was just glad that they got TV time and they're not being just sitting there and we only see them in dark matches and stuff like that. So I was like, dang. Like I said before, you only in dark matches, not unless somebody's like a true fan and been following your whole journey. You can't sell merch like that, which is a part of your income. Like, and you can't grow your fan base to sell even more merch. You know what I'm saying? Like, people over time forget that you're part of the company and stuff like that. So I'm just glad to see them on TV. I was just glad to see them on TV. And that's the reason why I had them winning, because I was like, Bianca and Jade are so big that whether they win or lose, they're going to sell the merch. They're still going to be on TV. You know what I'm saying? They're still going to succeed in WWE. Like Bianca was just on one of the faces on the WWE 2K24 video game. Like, she's not going nowhere. She's been in WrestleManias for what? Since she's been on the main roster every year. Okay? And if she's not champion, she's been in every Royal Rumble and elimination match. So, like, I felt that them two might have needed it more as far as, like, that situation. But I'm glad, because if this is the tag title and if you can defend it at NXT, SmackDown, or Raw, this is a good look, because now you can fight people like Lash and them, Lash and Jacob, or Katana and Kaden, which are my girls, okay, or whoever. Like, so I'm excited to see who will be their next opponent outside of Pure Fusion Collective and Damage Control. Like, outside of them two, like, give us some more tags. When we can't even say Maxine and Ivy, because they beefing. So, and Natalya was on Raw and Tegan is here on SmackDown. We don't know when Shotzi's coming back, okay? And Charlotte is not a tag partner. And I feel like when she does come back, if Nia is still the champion, that's who she's going to be against, the Queen of the Ring versus the Queen. So I'm interested to see who Bianca and Jade's next opponents are. Maybe it might be Michin and Bailey, or Naomi and Bailey. Okay? You could be, I don't know. If she's up to do another tag team run, Naomi, if she's up for that, because, you know, past situations. So they come out with the Judgment Day, Liv and Damien, not Damien, sorry, Liv and Dom, and they're booed from jump. And somebody on Twitter was like, name this faction. And it's like, you can't use Judgment Day. So somebody was like, the Day of Judgment, which is stupid. And then someone said Balor's Minions, but the best one that I saw was the Princess Court. And I said, ooh, I like that. Okay, because it centers around Finn, which is, you know, that was one of his names, and then his court is all of them. And then people were thinking that Raquel was going to come out. I don't read the blogs. I just heard about that earlier today. I don't read none of that stuff, so because I don't do the spoiler things. I would like to be surprised. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not unless I work for the company. I want to be surprised. But, you know, some of the commentators don't even know what's going on. Because I think I think, what was it? Who came back? Somebody had came back, and was it when Punk came back? And I think Triple H was like, only me and two people knew, so I'm assuming it was Nick and Bruce probably that knew outside of him, and he's like, hit the music, because normally Cole knows what's going to happen and who's coming out and stuff, because he has to do the play-by-play. And I don't think Pat knows anything at all. Like I don't really think Wade knows anything either. I just think they commentate on who comes out and what happens. Like, so they got the easier part of the job versus like when Corey was doing the play-by-play for SmackDown and Cole was doing it for Raw. Oh, what is happening? So, it's just, I don't know. But yeah. So the whole the whole Raquel situation, they was like, we could see her being part of Judgment Day, because her being smiling, being a face is, So I'm like, she comes out and does a smile and does her back thing, but I'm like, her and Liv were a good tag team. Like, to me, they were a good tag team. And honestly, I like Piper and Chelsea, and I'm gonna call them Pipsy because that's what Piper had put up on Twitter today. But I also like Chelsea with Sonya, and I liked her because Chelsea, I feel like Sonya helped Chelsea grow in the ring as a competitor. Now the promo situation, Chelsea got that in spades. Okay, she don't need no help with that. Okay, like if she ended up deciding she don't want to wrestle no more and just be someone's manager, she is fully capable because she got the ring skills for sure. I mean, she got the mic skills for sure. That's one of the people in WWE you ain't got to worry about. Like, okay, they're good at wrestling, but can they? But are they good on the mic? Like, she ain't one of them you got to worry about. And it's very few people that you ain't got to worry about as soon as that mic come in their hand. Like, oh, what they gonna say? Is it gonna be bad? You know what I'm saying? Um, so so they came out. So then Damien comes out, and this is the first PLE where production ain't do the graphics. Like normally they don't. They've been doing the laser lights, but like doing PLEs, they'll do like certain people's graphics, especially like Judgment Days, like when they had the Grim Reaper, and then with the air one shooting the arrow, one doing whatever. They didn't even put up Cody's graphics today when he came out, but they didn't do that. So then Damien came out. They got a little cheer. Rhea came out. All ooh. So when Cody came out, they were loud. They sang his song. The DP was 110, and then people kind of like cheered semi for KO, and then people kind of cheered for Jade, and then a lot of people mostly danced with Bianca, and then Rhea came out. They lost their minds. They were like, ooh, people had signs up, said Rhea Ripley. People were chanting mommy. Even when they got in the ring, they was like, we want mommy, we want mommy. But before that, I'm like, she had Terror Twins on her behind. And then I'm like, now she's part of Terror Twins. She done got different color nail polish. And I noticed that a couple weeks ago. Like now her nails is done. They colored. Because now she had like red and purple. And I was like, I don't remember her having no getting her nails done, and or at least not having different colors other than black. So to me, that was new, not in a good or bad way. It was just like, oh, her nails are red. I love the wavy hair. Like I love the wavy hair. I don't like that vest that Dom wears, and not because it's a cultural thing, but it looks like it swallows his body because it looks so big. So like, I don't know. With Liv, it fit, and only because it's given. I'm wearing, like in high school or in certain schools or something like that. You knew you were somebody's girlfriend or boyfriend if you wore like a jacket or something like that. like that, or their jersey or something like that. Like that's what it gave when Liv wore it. But when Dom wore it, it looked even big on him. So but they first it started off with Dom and Damien. Dom was getting tossed around the ring, and then they was doing "We Want Mom, you know," that whole situation. And then once they did that, Dom was quick to tag Liv in. I'm like, God dang, like you ain't been in the ring that long, okay? Like what is happening? So they tagged her in. She was getting tossed around too. I'm like, Lord. First they didn't want to get in the ring. So Cole was like, y'all gotta get in the ring to compete. But at first, I don't know if it was Dom or Liv that tried to shake his hand. He was like, I don't want you to shake my hand. And I was like, okay, stand on business, okay? Because what is we doing? What is we doing? Okay? And I mentioned this before, like 2 years ago, I hated his character. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like the start of his character, to me, did not make sense at all. Like where we got to now is totally different. And also, I like the fact of the storyline more after I watched Impulsive, because now I know like his wife ain't fazed by it. Not saying that, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, sometimes they be having storylines and you be like, that man is married. Like, how would y'all, even when they had like Rhea on the show, and she was like, even though I'm doing the storyline, she was like, she couldn't, like, she'll be upset if her husband did it. And I was like, yeah, at least she honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, everybody can't do that. So she was like, the whole situation with Rhea, he was like, my wife had texted me, he was like, it's a spider in the garage. So I'm like, oh, well, she used to it. She ain't worried about him. I guess that's what happens when you like middle school and high school sweethearts, and then you end up getting married and stuff like that, and you know who your spouse is. And I'm not saying that people don't change, and you know what I'm saying, but I'm like, when you've been with somebody that long, y'all basically old people in the young people's body. When you've been with somebody that long, like you don't care to a certain extent no more. You like, you know how your grandparents be like, you be like, granddaddy going down such a, and she be like, girl, I don't care. Like that man, like basically she been with him 50 years. She ain't worried about him. Like that's what people that grew up together in love, I feel like, have that similar situation, because he was like, they've known each other for 12 years. I'm like, that's almost half their life, even though they just got married. So I'm like, yeah, she ain't worried about him. Like at all. At all. So but they start getting tossed around. And of course, at one point in time, JD comes out first, as he always does. He is a Judgment Day's enforcer, not in the sense of like Solo and Jacob, but in the sense of like he gonna be the first one to get hit. He's gonna take the hit for anybody in the Judgment Day, okay? Cause he the first one that came out, and that's the he's always the first one to get hit or get hit the worst. It don't matter. And then because he gets hit so much, you forget how good he is when he actually has to wrestle in the ring. Cause you be like, dang, like that's how it was when he was he won them tag titles with Finn. Cause I was like, I forgot how good he was in the ring, cause he stayed getting beat up. Like, so he comes out. Then Carlito comes out. I think did she headbutt him? Did Rhea headbutt him? I can't remember if Rhea headbutted him outside the ring or she picked him up, I think, and then had him tossed in the ring like that. Hold on, I think I'm missing a match. Am I missing a match? No. I think their match was before the strap match, right? Yeah, their match was before the strap match. So I feel like this still isn't right. Then after all of that happens, Finn comes out and tries to help, and Damien and them, and then Dom comes and tries to attack Damien from behind, he still couldn't pin him. So Finn is looking like, what the hell is happening? So then Finn does Dom does something to was it Dom? Because now I'm trying to play it back in my mind. I think it was Dom does something to injure, or was it Dom or JD? Does something to like injure Damien's arm or something like that on the steps. And they thought that was gonna be the end. And then he picked up JD and on the table, moved the table, and Cole got out the way real quick. he got out the way real quick. And then he picked up JD and tossed him like in the on the table. Cole got the hell out the way. And then Dom, I think, moved him out the way and helped save him. And then after that, he moved all the stuff. Because at this point, he pissed. Which I get. Okay? And hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to pardon talk. So he what happens after that? Oh, Dom tries to put him through the table, something like that, and something happens, and he clotheslines the hell out of Dominik. And I'm like, God dang. Because at one point in time, like, my wildest prediction, it wasn't even the Raquel situation. It was like, my wildest prediction was somebody like LWO come out. But then I was like, how weird of an alliance that would be. Like, that still would be a weird alliance to have, like, the Terra Twins come out and LWO come out and help. And they were like, what would be the reason for them to come out and help? There would be no reason. Like, other than them to get payback on Dominik, there's no reason. Because at the end of the day, Damien and them still terrorized Ray and them. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then after all of that, Liv's looking all confused. Because at first she was playing scared. Like, she ain't know what the hell she was doing or didn't want to do. But as soon as somebody attacked Dom, that's when she got the fire lit up under her. So after that happened, that's when she was fighting back. That's when she hit that move. Like, Rhea tried to put her in a riptide and she reversed it. That move was nice. Okay? I had retweeted it. And then, but during this time, Rhea had crawled up behind her, and she was so busy looking at Dom getting clotheslined through the table. Damien was like, turn around. And as soon as she turned around, I think she got riptide or something like that, and she ended up getting pinned. And I know that pin go viral because them cheeks be out. We be having, okay? But not just that. I was so mad because it's the third time, the last 2 Mondays and today, that Dom was about to get riptide and Rhea saved him. I want to see him get riptide. Like, I don't care. Like, to me, Terra Twins won that match. I predicted that wrong. But I'm not mad at them winning that match. So people were saying the setup was now probably going to be her and Liv for the women's tag title at in Atlanta. And then, of course, Finn and Damien again. And I was like, I could see that. Or they could drag it out and let it go all the way to Survivor Series. I don't know if they're doing Fast Lane and stuff this year. But they could extend it out or do it upcoming in October. So, whichever way they play it by is fine. I'm just glad that they got their get back because, like Rhea said, how long is it going to be revenge? Like, after a while, you're just nitpicking now. You're just being a POS. Okay? For those that don't know, POS is piece of sugar honey iced tea. But it's like, when is this going to end? Okay? So then, the strap map happens. So, Drew comes out. Drew looks big as hell. And I don't know if it's the camera angle or if it's the gear, but I like that gear. Last time he wore it, I liked it. I like the green dragon or whatever skills he got on there, snake skills. I was like, okay. I was like, I don't know if it's camera angle up close or what. But, and I don't know how the seedings were, but the camera's just catching the kids and stuff like that. Because somebody was like, Rhea, 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 Rhea. And then when the last match, I think one of the kids was saying Randy or something like that, was screaming. No, somebody was screaming. And I said, somebody baby screaming. It was like, it's all in camera. Normally, like, the mics don't pick up on that, so the seats must have been real close, or the camera was real close to the people this time, which is new. Okay. So I don't know, but he came out, and then after that, Punk comes out. They start singing his song like I thought they were going to do, and then it stopped after like the first stanza, because I don't think they knew the rest of the words, which is fine. They still did what they did. Like I said, they showed the DB at 110 was the highest, and I was like, oh, I thought they were, because people were saying Berlin was the loudest crowd, and I was like, no, because I had looked it up. France is still the loudest crowd. Like, the loudest the DB got was 115. Now, we didn't have a DB at London's Money in the Bank last year, so London could be tied for second with Germany, or they could be third, but so far, France is still the winner. I was like, the only thing is France ain't do the wave like they did in Berlin. And then somebody from France had tweeted me, was like, we did the wave. They was like, before the show, it just wasn't on camera. And I was like, in today's age, if it don't pop up on social media, it don't count. I was like, I believe you though. Like, I'm not gonna call nobody a liar. If you lied, that's on you. I don't care. It's not that deep for me. But they came out. They was so the rules was, Sam said they had to touch all 4 things in order to win. No DQ, no submission, and stuff like that. Okay, so my mind originally, I thought red was like stop. I don't know why I thought that, and green was go for like either one. But then they said red was for Punk, green was for Drew, and I was like, okay, like that makes sense. Before Drew even gets the Punk gets the strap on his arm, Drew attacks him off the rip. So I'm like, dang, like, you big man, ain't you? So I'm like, okay, so that's where we going with that, you know. And what is it? So it was like that for a while. Then I went in the kitchen, came back, they had the straps on, they was back in the ring. But I'm like, he all on the ring, he on the German people announce table, the poor people. Like, they probably don't know, they trying to probably figure out what the hell going on, because I was trying to figure that out too. I was like, so it's like the straps had to be, and what was they, 13 inches long or 13 feet long or something like that. And I was like, dang, okay, like, that's a lot. So yeah, I was like, okay. Then they ended up getting the straps. One point in time, CM Punk could have easily won the match first 5 minutes in. Like, he had Drew on the floor for a while. And then, like Cole said, he said, I don't even think he cared about winning at this point. He just want to beat his ass. I said, okay, because that's what I'm thinking. So I'm like, if I had the opportunity, I could. And I was like, or you can go ahead and win this strap match. You know what I'm saying? Do your little 5 minutes and then stay in the ring, continue to beat the hell out of them. Either way, to take up your time, it'd have been good. And someone was like, it's so crazy how a bracelet that a fan made has become such a big part of the story. And I was like, that's kind of dope though for the fan. I guess it's special. So it's special to him. I know why it's special to him, but I'm like, for her or him, to whoever made it, to see that that's one of the storylines in WWE currently, like, that's got to be like such a cool feeling to feel. I don't know. But you know, so they was beating the hell out of each other. Now, I don't know if Drew was going to get the same amount of straps he got that Monday night. And some Punk was bleeding during that match. And that's not even a match I recall for somebody to bleed, which I don't even know why I didn't. But I was sitting here eating popcorn, and I was like, I got to stop eating because I'm watching TV and y'all bleeding on on TV. Like, I don't want to see that while I'm eating. Like, I don't want to see no bodily functions while I'm eating. Okay? Excuse me. I was real close to cutting it off. Luckily, I don't have a weak stomach. I've never had a weak stomach. Like, I was that person in college that could drink like mudslides and stuff, which is alcohol mixed with like milk or ice cream. People was like, your stomach don't be hurting or nothing. I'm like, nope. I don't have issues with dairy and stuff like that. Thank God. I might not like certain foods, but I don't have issues with foods. So I just don't like to see it. So when Drew had picked up Punk and walked to 3 of the things, I was just like, how much does this man lift? That was my initial thought. Okay? I said, how much does this man lift to pick up Punk easily, put him on his shoulders, and just walk around the ring with him without a problem? He not struggling. None of that. I was like, so what does man lift on a regular? Okay? Because I don't know. It's only so many people that I know that could do that in WWE, and 3 of them, 4 of them now are women. Because I forgot Jade was there. 4 of my women, no, 5. We count Nia. I forgot about her too. 5 of them are women. Okay, okay, because you got Rhea, Raquel, Bianca, Jade, Nia. I know they could easily lift someone up and walk around the ring. Okay, but I'm like, certain men, I know they can't do that. They might got knee problems. They might got back problems. They might not lift that heavy. They might be jacked, but instead of lifting like doing 10 reps of 200, they might do like 100 reps of 20, even though it's the same amount of weights. If you calculate, they're still 2,000. It's still not the same. It's the same, but it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? So like, deadlifting is different. And that was my thought. And then the smart thing, Punk, every time he hit one, Punk can hit one. So he hit one, Punk will hit one. So then when he put him down, I think, and start, I forgot how he put him down and something happened and it reset the thing. Because I got to rewatch that part, to be honest with you, because I was confused. Because when Punk did it, nothing got reset. So I was confused. Because when Punk did the go to sleep on Drew, you know what I'm saying? He did 2 of them. Then he did another go to sleep on him and did like the 3rd one. Then instead of him hitting the 4th one, he looked at him and did another go to sleep and then hit the 4th one, but none of them reset. So I'm like, now I'm sitting here like, what made it reset when Drew had picked up Punk and walked around and did it, and then they were like fighting back and forth for the 4th one, and then something happened and then it reset? Because I'm like, if that's the case, they need a rematch. But Punk ended up winning that match, and now they're 1-1. Punk said in his interview that he is done with that he's looking has his sights on whoever wins the championship, and he wants to move on from that. But I'm like, y'all got 1-1, y'all got a tiebreaker. Y'all have to have a tiebreaker, and then that be it. You know what I'm saying? Just like Andrade and Carmelo. Okay, so Cody had, in his part after he won, he did his press conference. He looked really nice in the tan. Okay, he's talking about the numbers and stuff like that, the most grossing gate and whatever. And when they had said that, I was like, they must have been selling the grip for these tickets, because I think the seats is between 13 to 17,000. That's the seating of original arena here. So I'm like, how much was these tickets for it to be the highest grossing gate ever? including WrestleMania, which I know some of the stuff is fabricated because they want to say that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, not unless they was selling WrestleMania type tickets and the people was paying for them. There's no way in hell that is that. When WrestleMania had in 2 days about 180,000 people, and this thing only had 17 to 20,000 people. Like, there's no way. I'm like, y'all, they was paying a grip, but then at the same time, they will pay for it now, okay? Because tickets will go on sale, like I said, on Ticketmaster, and a lot of people buy them up and then resell them for triple the price that they bought them for. And then, like the DC one, when I was going to go to DC last week, and then looked, and when I went and looked in the crowd, that crowd was sold out, and I was like, oh, so they really wanted to go, because some of them tickets was outrageous. Some of them tickets that were on, like, the ramps and stuff were the same price as 4-seat tickets. I was like, and y'all waited last minute to buy these tickets? I know certain circumstances and stuff pay a day and stuff like that. But now, for those who don't know, you got Affirm, you got Klarna, you got Quad Pay or Afterpay. Or what is it called? Not Quad Pay. It's called, I forgot what it's called, but you got that. So if you want to get the ticket, go get it, because you don't want to get scammed out of paying more for a ticket that you could have got floor seats and stuff for, if you wanted floor seats. And then pay stuff over time, or pay it on your next check. Pay it all off on your next check. That's how a lot of us is getting concerts and stuff, to be honest with you, in today's economy. But yeah. And then he was talking about Randy Orton and winning and things like that. And Cody's talking about KO's basically been in the trenches with him. And the tour has been fantastic and stuff like that. So he was himself. And then somebody from, like, I think he said Gorilla Podcast had said something to him. And he was like, nice to see you again. He's like, you been hiding. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, my brain automatically went to him and Jade talking about, oh, so you local. And he's like, oh, you local. I don't know why, but that's where my brain went. And because I was like, he all dressed up in a suit and stuff. But then I was like, I forgot he got the first match. I forgot. So they said Triple H wasn't there because he had to help. He had to send his daughter off to college. And I said, how old am I? Okay. So I was like, dog, we washed. And they was like, this is how you know time is an illusion. Because what? And I was like, how old am I? I had to reevaluate my life. Because I'm like, college? Like, dang. And it makes sense because my alma mater started college last week, which is the latest it's ever started. Like, I don't recall. Like, when I started at A&T, it was like mid-August. They started last week, which is the end of August, which is crazy. I was like, y'all started the same time as the elementary and regular schools. But that's crazy for one of his children to be going off to college, so he had to leave and, help send her off. I get it too, though, because, yeah, I would love what I do, but, like, when it comes to the little boy upstairs, I'm dropping everything. And everybody know that, no matter where I work at. And I tell people that all the time. And I'll be like, are you working at that? Especially if I get familiar with working with you and we have a rapport. I'm like, look, y'all know, but that one upstairs, I'm dropping everything for. And no, depending on what it is, I'm not working overtime. I believe in work-life balance, especially if I'm not getting paid if the same or something like that. And it's just him and I. Like, I need the time to do stuff like clean up the house because it's just him and I sometimes don't do it during the week, and spend time together with him and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm not doing it. So I totally get that. Even if I had to take a round trip flight and just been on flights the whole weekend, go take her, come back, or come here and then go over there and go take her and then come back here or whatever, like, I would do that. So I completely get that, because I think he said he was on Impulsive and he said when SummerSlam was in, Steph was with him too. SummerSlam was in Nashville. He's talking about how he had to fly back home because I think his daughter, yeah, it was the one that's going to college right now. I think she turned 16. And he went home to celebrate her birthday. He was like, and then he came back. And I was like, I completely get that. Family first. Families first. Always. Always. Because if you die tomorrow, and I say this all the time, I have to tell my sister this mostly because she's a workaholic and other stuff. I think her boss takes advantage of her. But I be like, if you die tomorrow, some might be sad. They might mourn you, okay, for a day, maybe a week. But they won't put that position up for grabs, and they will have you replaced. Like, don't break your back. Do your job. Do it well, okay? And then after that, go spend time with my nieces. Like, they're not going to be little forever, okay? Like, and then you're going to get older, and they're going to have their own life, and you're going to wish you have spent more time with them. And it's not necessarily where you have to have a traditional job and you work, come home every day and you see them, because there's a lot of people that got traditional jobs and don't spend time with their kids. They be in the same house and don't even interact with their children. You have to be present when you're there. You know what I'm saying? So I 100% get that. Also, I also get what the person was asking of Jade, like, she's been here a year, how does it feel and stuff like that compared to AEW. And I was like, oh. And then she's like, I'm tired of answering questions about an old company. Like, I'm here now. And I said, okay. I was like, I get what they're trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does it feel to compare? But I'm like, she probably already answered all those questions. WrestleMania, Fanatics, all that. Y'all basically asking her the same question and keep rewording it different every time. Like, ask her what's next. Ask her what she want to do. Say if her and Bianca loses the tag titles again, what does she want to do next? Does she want to keep being a tag champion? Does she want to be a women's singles champion? Does she want to be a speed champion? Does she want to compete against women at TNA or Raw? Does she want to go, NXT? Does she want to fight against women in TNA? Like, go over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to ask her wrestling questions, ask her other stuff. Ask her who inspires her to wrestle, past, present. Ask her who's coming up that inspires her to wrestle. Like, it's so many other questions than asking her stuff about AEW. Okay? She got signed, like y'all said, a year ago. It's been a year y'all had a year to ask her those questions. Ask her something else. You know? Like, and then I know with guests like people like Bianca, is that rain? No. I know with people like Bianca who have been like on the mountaintop for a long time, it's really kind of hard to ask her questions and stuff like that, because you'd be like, okay, we done asked her everything. What else should we ask her? But the fact that she gave the answer of she loves what she is now because she's having more fun, it shows that she's having more fun. Like, yes, we know she was the best in the ring. We know that she could bring it in the mic, but the fact that her being with Jade caused her to loosen up a little bit. Like, I think her tagging with Jade was a good move for the both of them. Because at first I was like, why they got Bianca tagging with Jade? Like, it was a good move for the both of them. And then from listening to, I think, an interview of Naomi, and she was like, originally they wanted her and Bianca to be tagged people together. They was like, but they had bigger plans for her. And I was like, and then the fact that the next Black Phenomenal Superstar comes in, and she's tagging with her is like crazy and awesome. And it was also funny because when she came out, they were talking about action figures, and Wade was like, basically, Jade is perfect. Like, her action figure, they don't have to do nothing to it. They was like, normally when they give you an action figure, like they might intensify your abs more or something like that. They was like, nothing needs to be done with her. And then I think Cole had like joked at how they had like a dad bod or a beer belly on his, and it was like, well, that's what you had. Like, I was like, wait, what? But it was, yeah. So I'm so glad she said that at the end of her match, and I'm so glad that Rhea has said what she said when she was like, how much longer is it gonna be revenge? And they had asked Damien about like a love type situation, And then he was like, I seen her as my little sister. Like, we came in together. It was like how we would like to work together. And we came in because we thought, you know, we could help elevate each other in Judgment Day. That's what we did. He's like, now we feel like we outgrown Judgment Day. And it's time to forge our own path. And I'm excited to see what the Terror Twins are up to next. And I was like, oh, so this is going to be continued. So I'm like, so I want to see now what's next. So since it's them two against the world, right? And I know they're going to have singles matches, but if somebody or someone tries to interfere, I know he's going to come out or she's going to come out. But if we're doing mixed tags, if we're starting that back up on Raw and SmackDown, who would they fight next? Outside of, like, maybe, I would say Ray, but my brain wants to say Dragon Lee and Zelina, or that's maybe Ivy and one of the Creed brothers, or one of the Alpha Academy members and Maxine. Who else on there has like a woman with them? I don't think no one else does, because Legato. Oh, and then Scarlett, if they get her out of retirement of wrestling, and Carrion, like, they could do that. She could wrestle again. She used to wrestle. Okay? Like, something like that. If they're going to continue to do the mixed tag match, but if they do the singles match, I think they continue to do the mixed tag. It might be after the whole her and Liv thing for the title. But if they continue to do the singles matches, then of course her and Liv, and then Rhea's going to go back to being champion. Yeah, so then the last match was Randy and Gunther. I missed the entrance because I was washing my hair. And so I don't know how the crowd would. I just heard them singing Randy's song. And I was like, I feel like they're going to sing his song and they're going to cheer when Gunther comes out. Yeah, and I heard them singing part of Randy's song. And then I don't know. From the playback, it looked like they cheered when Gunther came out, so I was right. When I came out, I think they were wrestling or about to wrestle, and then the crowd started doing the wave, and then Randy looked like, what? And I think Gunther was like, they always do that here in Europe. And then he ended up doing a wave with them, like, so that was kind of cool. But that match started off slow but ended up great, because at first I was like, it was a build-up match, okay? And someone on Twitter said, if they're in Germany, is it still called a German suplex, or is it just called a suplex? And I was like, 9 times out of 10 it's probably just called a suplex. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, like when they do Samoan drops, Samoans, I just be like, oh, he did a drop. I wouldn't, like, we know that's where the move came from, but, you know, I don't know. Or is it because it was made in Germany, or is it because it was done by Germans anywhere? Like, is it a German move, or is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that depends on why they call it what they call it. But it started off kind of slow at first, but Randy got smart because he started attacking Gunther's arm, and we know that Gunther is big on chops. I don't know if in Germany they have like different type of rules for certain matches. Oh, when I came out, Kaiser was like introducing Gunther, and they was like, he was getting a standing ovation. I was like, as he should. Like, this is where he he's from this country too. You know what I'm saying? I did my Ancestry.com and found out my ancestors are from there, like Switzerland and Germany, stuff like that. Like, before I was black, on the one side, on mom's side of the family. Before we were black, we were German. And then somehow somebody from Switzerland or Germany fell in love with someone black. And then they had mixed babies. And then from there on, we just was black. Like, that's the one side of my family. So, I don't know. Just fun fact. But the match started off slow. He started attacking his arm. Because I was like, what? Because I was like, I wonder how this match is going to be. Like, he said he was going to bring it. You're not going to know what's going to happen. Gunther does the chops. I was like, he's very much strategic when he goes into this match or whatever. He kept attacking his arm. And then at one point in time, Randy had got the steps. So I was like, what the hell he doing with the steps? And he was putting them together. And then I think he smashed his hand into the steps. Gunther's hands into the steps. And I forgot what else he did to him. But he got into the ring slow. Because once he got into the ring, I guess Gunther had came up with like enough energy where when he tagged him, it wasn't on 3. So then he tried to, I think he heard the voices in his head or something like that. Or something Lord, I can't remember. Something happened and then he ended up RKOing him out of nowhere. Like, Gunther had did something. RKOing him out of nowhere, and it's shocked because, Cole, RKO out of nowhere. Oh my God. And he said he knew he was going to come. He wasn't going to catch him off guard. And this, that, and the third. And then Gunther had chopped Randy. And he chopped Randy so hard, spit came out his mouth. And I said, God dang. And then someone was like, that's 275. He said 290. I said, yeah, you can tell in his face he got a little bigger. But then when they looked up, I said, I don't think I've ever seen Randy in red gear. Not since he's been back. And not only that, but I was like, I wonder, because y'all know I ask random stuff. Yes? Huh? I don't know. But you need to go outside if you're bored. Open court is tomorrow. Sorry. My son and I go to open court every week. In the summer, we was going every other day because his camp was closed the last 2 weeks before school started. So now he knows about open court. And it's normally open court is normally for like kids and families that want to do like basketball or something. And it's normally open for like 2-3 hours. So, but, he chopped him and the spit came out his mouth. And I was like, no, I was thinking random stuff. And I was like, so what does Randy's kids look like? And I was saying that in a sense of, because they showed a picture of like his granddad. And they showed a picture of his dad. And I was like, his granddad literally said copy paste, had his dad. And then his dad did it again, had Randy. I was like, it's literally the same person in 3 different generations. Like, that's how strong the genes are. All 3 of them look alike. Like, if you didn't know that was the grandfather, the dad, and him, you would think it was him in different, like, type photos for different eras, just doing, like, a photo shoot. That's how strong they look to me. Like, they look so much alike. But, Gunther ended up doing a submission hold on him or something like that. And, he let go for a little bit. Oh, then they said at one point Randy had did some move that would be considered illegal, but they was like, the ref just letting it go. He's like, he's an older ref. He's like, if that was the case, Gunther would still be the champion, this, that, and third, because Randy would have been disqualified. So, Gunther had put him in a submission and then had stopped. And then, oh, speaking of submissions, Punk had put Cody in a submission. Not Cody. Drew in a submission. And he tapped out, but it was no DQ that way. And then Rhea did the same to Dom. And I was like, somebody else that put it was like, that submission? I said, okay. Because at first I was like, ooh. Like, oh, she got him in the hold. Then I was like, oh, okay. She got him in the hold. Like, we doing that, okay? And then she had him in submission, and he couldn't, like, it looked like he was turning red. Both of them was turning red. And then you could see the bruise on Gunther's arm. And it was like he could not breathe for a second. And then he let him breathe for like a couple seconds. And then he did it again. And then he stopped. And then he did it again. And he just, like, so the ref had stopped the match and he ended up winning. And Gunther looked, and I was like, now that is a fair win. So Gunther ended up winning. He ended up shaking Randy's hand, which is the ultimate sign of respect for me from someone who does not give it often. That means you got their respect, because what just happened? Because I'm like, they don't give that out often. Not too often. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to give that out often. It's just him shaking his hands to me reminded me of when Brock had shook Cody's hand after their 3 matches. Like, he like, all right, you got my respect because you done kept up with me. Like, it's hard to keep up with me. And Cody was down and out, okay? When he fought Brock them 3 times. One of them times, he, okay? Be down and out. But yeah, so I was like, okay, so he got respect. But Randy was looking at that title like, dang, I'm coming back for it. Okay? Like, y'all, I'll give you this dap, but I'm coming back for this title. And I didn't know the stipulations were, if he loses, he stays on SmackDown, but if he wins, he goes to Raw, because, you know, whoever holds that title has to go to Raw. And I was like, honestly, I was like, y'all can still send Randy to Raw. Okay? I said, because when he got traded to SmackDown, I was trying to figure out why was he on SmackDown and who was he going to fight. Okay? Especially with Shinsuke not coming back. And I know he comes back normally around September. So when he come back, hopefully that'll build that up. But I'm like, I don't see Randy as a SmackDown guy. I see him as a Raw guy. And I was like, and only because, like I said before, some of the people, like, SmackDown is a kid-friendly show because it's on a major network. You know what I'm saying? It's more like cute cut and stuff like that. Raw, to me, gives more oomph. You know, the fighters are more deadly, stuff like that. So, to me, Randy belongs on that. Like, if him and John Cena were still wrestling and on different brands, Cena would be a SmackDown guy. Randy would be on Raw. Like, that would be, like, in my brain. Like, that would be what it would be. So, and then I was like, if Gunther ends up coming to SmackDown, like, now Ludwig gonna come to SmackDown. And I was like, now they gotta face Giovanni, because that man's coming back to SmackDown next week. I'm like, in due time, him and Ludwig gonna have to square off. Because you the reason why he was out from jump. Okay? I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. So I can't wait to see that and how that plays out. But, like, I don't know. He ended up doing his press conference. He was talking about how they asked him, I was like, he has very kind eyes. But I was like, he looked like he was bad as a kid, Gunther. And they was asking him about the PLEs here. And he was like, European wrestling has a lot to offer. And people are just now seeing that. And things like that. And he was like, what about the crowds and stuff like that? It seemed like we was at a football game. And he's like, this is what we're used to. He was like, basically they let the crowds be loud like this. It's because it's their getaway. They spend their hard-earned money working. They want to have a good time. And this is how they have a good time. There's like all European crowds. And he was like, I had to tell Randy at one point, like, this is what it is. This is how they do stuff. So he was like, just looking like, okay. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I was like, because if you're going to spend money, like, you want to have a good time. You want to yell and scream and stuff like that without being, like, belligerent and get your money's worth. And also, like, Jade and Bianca said, the crowd, that people feed off the crowd. And also, other people in the crowd feed off the crowd. So if one section is hype, then 9 times out of 10, 1 or 2 sections is hype. The rest of the arena gonna have to keep up because you don't want to be the boring side of the arena. Like, you want to be the fun side of the arena. We want to keep up with the fun stuff. So I get that. I get that 100,000%. They were showing the upcoming IC tourney matches, and one is gonna be, what do you say, Bronson, Dom. One is gonna be Dragunov, which I can't wait for that match. One's got Dragunov in it. Dragunov, I think Dragon Lee, and I forgot who the third person was. I'm gonna say Damien, but I don't want to say that. I don't think it's Damien. And then the other side got Dom, Bronson, and somebody. I forgot who the third person was, and somebody was like, "That's if Dom can walk." I said he facing is it Sheamus? It might be Sheamus. I'm like, he facing Bronson Reed. Like, that's gonna be a problem. Okay, anybody in that triple threat, it's gonna be a problem because if Bronson lose, he gonna attack both of y'all if y'all don't get the hell up out that ring. And if he win, he still might attack y'all, all of y'all, just to show his dominance. Okay, like, it's crazy. So we'll see. What's it gonna be like? I might catch all of No Mercy. I might not. I can't wait because the match I'm looking forward to. I know Wesley and them got the matches, and I like Wesley, so I'm gonna probably want to catch that one. But that Jada versus Roxanne thing, because she's my favorite on NXT, and she has been for a while. That's the match I'm looking forward to. Like, I can't wait to see that. I don't even know what the rules are, what kind of match it is. I don't care. Okay? Like, I'm waiting to see that match. Can't wait to see it. And how it's going to turn out and what's going to be the next things going forward for the results after that match. And then after that, I think this is the last SmackDown on Fox, I think they said. And then starting Friday the 13th, SmackDown is going to be on USA, which kind of sucks. I'm going to have to go to somebody else and watch it because I don't have cable. That's how I've been watching Raw. So it's going to be on there. And I think Raw is staying on there until October or January or something like that. NXT is staying on there, I think, until October, and then they're moving to CW, and then so I can catch that on Tuesdays again, and then eventually everything will be in Netflix, not unless someone else has like a bigger type deal situation for them. But they're in a contract, so I don't know how long that contract is going to be. Just like that Saudi contract they got for 1,100 years, which I think they should have somewhere else. Like, having it in India, don't have it in Saudi. But it is what it is. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I might put something up tomorrow. Now, I know y'all probably going to be tired of seeing me because I'll be like, you seen a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, she do New Mercy, Monday, she do Raw. But I hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend. If not, enjoy the weather, enjoy family, enjoy friends, and see you all later. Bye.